Today gonna be a little bit different. Hopefully the camera doesn't pick up the music in the background. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't copyright it. Might have to go through and like delete the video or edit the video, chop something out, I don't know. We'll find out if it does. But today, leg day, day 64. We are getting there. 25 days left in this like training block, and I'm telling you what, I'm ready to start changing up the training block. My body is definitely feeling a little beat down from it, but it is what it is, to be expected. 64 days in, and we have one rest day every 5 days, so we've only had 6 rest days so far, right? 5? No. 5, 10, 2 for every 10 days. So we're in the 60s. So 12. We're coming into our 13th rest day. Boy, oh boy. But it doesn't quite feel like enough. It's probably not. But we've made a lot of progress. We are struggling a bit here with the diet getting a little more aggressive, per se. But it's all right. 25 more days, then we go into more of a little maintenance stage. I'll get to increase the calories, probably go up like 150. I'm thinking as well I'll go up. See where that kind of puts me. If I need it. Some days I might try to stay around where I am now. That's 1750-ish mark. So not necessarily going to try to eat more. Just going to allow myself a little more leeway on volume and or like seasonings, sauces, things like that. So just enjoy eating a little more. And then, man, I tell you what, freaking today's leg day. Back feels a little sore from trying to deadlift 420 twice yesterday. Failed both reps. Still feel a little demoralized from that. But kind of is what it is. So I don't think we're going to back squat today. Lower back feels a little tender. Glutes feel a little tender. So I think we're just going to kind of give the compression on the spine a little bit of a break in the stability required to actually back squat. So we're going to work up in our hack squats, get those going, get into glute kickbacks, calf raises we'll still do, so that'll be a little bit of spinal compressive, but I think we might go ahead and do them on the hack squat, get that full range of motion coming off the backside of the plate here. I think it's going to be the play today. So we don't have to add as much weight. We can just increase that length quite a bit. Increase the holds and the pause. And I think, that's going to do us some good today. And I think maybe we'll mess around. Instead of doing, squats, we'll go ahead and do leg press. We haven't done yet in this training block. But we do have the plate attachment for the Smith machine, so we might as well use that thing. Vertical leg pressing is super good for leg development. But starting off, just 110 pounds. Let's go ahead and get into these. We're just going to work up, in sets of 5s and see how well that kind of does us today, and just kind of add in the weight here and just working on getting that basic like hip drive, shoving the feet down in the earth feeling. And yeah, thinking that's going to be the key today. Like I could already feel the quads a little bit starting to tighten up some just from those 5 little warm-up reps. So as this thing stacks up in weight, we're we're going to be getting there. All right. So, up 50 more pounds here. I tell you what, I can feel how tender the glutes and the hamstrings feel. Oh, from deadlifts yesterday, boy, oh boy, they are already kind of screaming. But that's okay. That is okay. That definitely says I'm not. My recovery kind of is trash. But we'll see what happens. Again, the deficit's also going to drag out recovery times. My sleep also has kind of sucked. Like, I don't know. It hasn't sucked because I'm not sleeping well. It's because I'm just staying up super late. And so I'm losing sleep. Or should I say time to sleep. But it is what it is. We'll get around with it. I know this is going to be heavy, but we got it. Ooh. 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 Not too bad, not too bad. It actually feels pretty good. Being able to, be locked in and press the weight. It's a lot different than trying to squat the weight, free weight, when you're trying to stabilize it and you don't, all of the pressure has to come from you pressing your feet into the ground. On this, you have, leverage kind of, you get to pivot it up and over. So, one, it's not a full 260 pounds, we know that. But it is some sort of more weight than my body. So, there's definitely a load there. That's all we're looking for. We're set up here. Get into our glute kickbacks. So our big target here is trying to get the glute max along with our hip abductor or adductor, whatever the exterior hip flexion muscle would be. I think it's adductor because we're getting outwards. But with that, so I don't keep my foot perfectly straight forward. I kind of angle it slightly outwards as I get towards the end of the movement and contraction, giving that hip external rotation, and it really helps engage the flexor out here. I've noticed quite a big difference in my hip mobility as well as my stability that I have in my hips and how mobile I actually feel. The agility itself has kind of felt like it's increased. Which is kind of funny to think, but I guess it does what it does, right? That will give you a big pump. Big pump. You can feel that little guy work. Especially when you're taking those reps nice and slow, really working on the squeeze. You will feel how little muscle you actually have there compared to everything else. Like, you kind of notice that with a lot of movements as you get into them and your form starts to get better. Like, you really start noticing how weak certain muscles are versus others and how undeveloped a certain muscle group is. Because, oh man, you could, just a small like little half-inch shift in your forms will target something completely different, and you'll be like, oh my god, this weight that I could rep this at is like 2 times too much. And you can get humbled real fast when that weight transfers out of the muscle you're either been working on, or when you finally figure out how to target the muscle you've been wanting to work on. And it's kind of funny how that happens. But I think in just 3 sets, here is going to be quite adequate today. I don't think it's going to take much more than that to get these little cheeks pumped up. That is for sure. Today, this movement is hidden. Which, that's what we want. We want each one of our movements to feel effective. Man, I'm such an idiot sometimes, I tell you what. I did my first 2 sets, thinking about just getting them done. And I was like, oh man, I don't think I pushed record. I walk over there, it's not recorded. Jeez. Idiot. But, it is what it is. So I've already done my first 2 sets on the left side. We got one more set to do here. So we'll get the last one nice and recorded. Oh. 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 Boy, oh boy. I tell you what, those things always tear me up, and it does not take much weight for those poor little glutes to get beat down. Which I guess is a good thing. It should mean my technique is fairly good and I'm just not moving a bunch of weight to move a bunch of weight. And 2, it means I'm targeting the muscles I want to target, because man, I can feel them. So, multiple pluses there. But, going to go ahead and we're going to move into some calf raises. I think we're going to go ahead and hit them on the V-squat machine because it's already got 260 pounds on there. So that's already a plus. And then we'll be able to come back over here, hit some leg presses, and do some cable curls. And we'll be on out of here for today. So we're going to stay with the 260 that's on here. One, because it's already there, but two, should be plenty enough to hit calf raises today. So, because this should actually probably feel pretty damn heavy. $25, it's up another 50 pounds, so that's 310 sitting on the little spindles here. So don't really know what that works out to on this lever arm, but we at least added some sort of more weight. Either way. Last set here. Let's get these things knocked out. Oof. Boy, oh boy. Calves feel pretty pumped up, truthfully. For these little guys, for these little chicken legs. But when we work on them, we hit them. They do grow a little bit here and there. They are actually getting a little bit leaner, which is nice. I'm starting to notice that quad hamstring line that kind of shows up. So that's making me feel pretty good. But with those done, I'll go ahead and we'll get set up for vertical leg press here. And we'll get those knocked out. I'm not thinking anything heavy. I'm thinking probably just 245s on there. And we're just going to hit them for some really nice, super slow, very controlled reps. I'm just going to really feel for the squeeze and just try to push as much blood in as possible, just focusing on the light squeezing contractions. All right, so good old vertical leg press. We haven't done these in quite some time. So, we're going to see how they feel today, though. I think I need to switch the bench around. My back's kind of sitting in this seat groove here. So I don't know if that's going to be quite comfortable. we got another 70 pounds added onto here. This should feel very heavy, but now a little bit more comfortable since my back's not going to be sitting down in this hard little hinge here, because that was very uncomfortable to be down in like that. Ooh, that hurt. That's not safe, is it? When your safety fucking doesn't stay in the safety. Oh, man, that done got me right in the forearm. That hurt. Right in the top of the bone. That actually really hurts. Mother. That's, I could feel that's literally right on top of where one of the breaks was when I broke my arm. Because it broke here, across on the ulna. It broke here, across on the ulna, then diagonally right here. Motherfucker. Ooh. What a bad time. Alright, well. With that, I'm gonna go into cable crunches. Whew. Oh man, my legs feel like noodles after just one kind of light set, but then one pretty heavy set. I went from about 70% effort to like 95% effort. Boy. Solid. So let me get set up here for cable crunches, bring you back. So today, we're gonna hit these a little different. I'm gonna grab the two single handles, put them on there instead of the rope, to where I kind of like have to hold it down and like in my pinkies. It's the weight kind of crushes them after a few reps. I'm gonna go ahead and try it with the grips and see how it feels. This actually feels more usable. Oh! Like I actually get a better contraction because I'm keeping myself nice and tight. Really squeeze in. I like that. That might be the best way of doing those so far. There you go. I'm going to add some weight to those. Alright. So that first set felt freaking awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and add 20 pounds to these guys and see how it feels now. Ooh. That is the most targeted I have hit my abs so far, by far, truthfully. That is awesome. I didn't think that would make such a big difference from holding ropes like this to a nice neutral grip and just really being able to get that crunch in like that. That is massively different. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I tell you what. But with that, that takes care of today's simple little leg day. Got our core done. So I'm out of here. So with that, make sure you're working towards your goals, getting your stuff done. And most of all, just don't be a lazy fuck.